unbelievable. And I'm not going to get bogged down with it today, man, as I have over the last couple of weeks, a couple of times. I'm just going to move on from it. But very interesting that Matt Ryan didn't do like most people would tend to do, or you would think most athletes would do, and try to forget about it. You know, when you're a defensive back, they always talk about how you have to be or you have to forget faster than everybody else when you get burned as a defensive back. So Deion was like, man, he forgot quicker than anybody else in NFL history. If he had a bad play, man, he just went on to the next play and he got it totally out of his mind, okay? And so usually that's the type of scenario that you hear with these athletes where they don't even want to think about what happened. They don't even want that in their mind. They just want to move on and learn from their mistakes. You know, maybe they'll remember the mistakes that they made in that Super Bowl going forward so that they don't repeat them. But a lot of times, most of the times, you hear the exact opposite of what Matt Ryan is talking about where he watched the film. You always hear these stories about these guys saying they still haven't watched the film years and years and years later because it was so hurtful. And Matt Ryan said that he watched the video. He watched the tape the next day. He said 3 days in a row he watched that Super Bowl. You a better man than me. My man Wody504 in the chat room says, in the NFL, it's more of a money thing. They have to start playing people, and that means they have to make cuts here and there. I don't know what he's trying to say. From Brian Hill, Grego used the blacks end of you people in the same sentence. From Clay Chocolate Milk Davis, he says the Cavs won last year after losing the year before. That's a good point. I wonder if it has anything to do with sports in 2017 as opposed to back in the day or whatever. And I don't know, we would need to have some statistical data in front of us to show maybe it does happen more often than I think. But it just doesn't seem like that. But that's a good point. The Cleveland Cavaliers lost in the championship, came back the next year and won it all again. Now, I think it does help if you got LeBron James. All right. I think that will help the case if you have the greatest basketball player, one of the greatest basketball players of all times. From Clay Chocolate Milk Davis says Falcons have no choice but to make it back to the Super Bowl and win to get that loss hurt. That's the thing about it. If you do anything other than win the Super Bowl this year, it's a disappointment. It's a disappointment. There's no, we went 12-4, we went 13-3, and we lost in the second round of the playoffs. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. No, it's all or bust for the Falcons this year. From Angry Black Man in the chat room on Spreaker.com, which I don't understand why he's so angry. He said the Tennessee Titans fell a yard short against the Rams. You MFers choked in the Super Bowl to the Patriots. Why you gotta bring that up? Why you gotta say it like that? What happened, man? From Thorny Switch, y'all ain't got LeBron James or Kyrie, so hang that ish up flat screen. Thorny Switch is a New Orleans Saints fan. From Corey, he says the Spurs did that all the time. They have never won back-to-back. You know what? Another thing that I think may weigh into thank you, Loose Neck Psy. Looking at Loose Neck Psy profile pic. I wonder how much of it has to do with free agency and not being able to keep together your core components. Because in the NFL and pro sports, and once again, I think probably it's an aberration more so than anything else. In pro sports, man, it's hard to keep, a dominant defensive lineman that's entering into free agency the year that they went to the Super Bowl because they're high profile. And what he does and how good he does it is on this big, grandiose stage. And so a lot of times you see after the Super Bowl, key players off of a championship team bonk out and go and get that money somewhere else with another team. College football, you do have guys that graduate, guys that go into the NFL draft, so you do lose players as well. It kind of worked out, though, for North Carolina and Clemson. You think about it. It kind of worked out that they went to the national championship in a year where the Jackson kid for North Carolina, the Meeks kid for North Carolina. They played on that team, and they came back. The main components of that team came back for the second run. Same thing with Clemson. A lot of their key pieces came back. They got the Williams kid, the Mike Williams kid that didn't play the year before. It came back from injury. And obviously Deshaun Watson came back to be the quarterback of that team after a wealth of experience the year before. So it's almost like the stars were perfectly aligned for those guys, bringing back some main pieces to make another run, and it happened. All right? Don't forget the fact that they had a lot of opposition. Don't forget the fact that North Carolina played against a very good Gonzaga team. Don't forget the fact that Clemson played against, quote-unquote, the greatest defense in college football history. It just so happened to work out. But I don't know, man. The Falcons got a lot of young players as well on that defense in particular that did big things last year. They will have another year experience, like Matt Ryan said. I agree with that. So they should technically be better. But they signed Desmond Trufant back. They got the linebackers, Grant and Campbell and Grady Jackson on the defensive line. So they're bringing back a lot of pieces. They get a little bit of experience, man. Maybe it happens. I'm hoping it happens. How about that? Rel Scott. What up, Rel Scott? Who Rel Scott got here? Oh, that's Rel Scott's wife. Say hi to your wife, Rel. I'm glad I didn't say something else. Right. I'm glad I didn't say something else. Let me grab another call. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about? Hello? Hello? All right, we lost the call. You can call the show at 404-382-0338. Here we go. Let's try it again. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
Doug, this is Wardy, 504.
Wardy, 504. First time you ever call the show, folks. Thank you for calling in. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I called before, but I didn't make it, but 2 seconds you shot me off, bro.
Oh, yeah. I apologize for that, bro.
What I wanted to say, as far as the teams making it back,
yeah,
sometimes they got to pay their stars a lot more, and the role players, they get cut, so that
right,
messes up the team a lot too.
Right. That's lightweight. What I was just saying about in the pros, a lot of time you lose key free agents, key players because they shined on that big stage and they go somewhere else to get that money. It's a very good point.
Well, I'm saying it the opposite way. Sometimes you pay them stars and you lose the people you don't think about, them role players, and that plays a toll too, bro.
True. Okay, that's what's up. Good point.
And that's all I want to say, man. I'm gone.
Hey, you hold on, don't go anywhere. I want to talk to you, man. I mean, since I shot your ass off the last time, I don't like it to go like that. Hey, so Wardy 504, you in New Orleans right now?
Nah, man. I moved after Katrina. I'm up in Augusta right now.
Oh, okay.
I'll be getting with y'all with that TDSS3, man.
Oh, okay. That's what's up, man. Can't wait to meet you, brother. Thank you for the call, man.
I appreciate it.
There he is, man, Wardy 504. Hey, bro, Wardy 504 sounds like a sensible brother, man. I hope you didn't move to Augusta and was terrorizing Augusta like them Katrina people were terrorizing Atlanta. Man, Katrina victims that moved to Atlanta after Hurricane Katrina, man, they moved to Atlanta and they literally like a bunch of old dogs from Minister Society. They were young, black, and didn't give a fuck. Oh, man, they came in, man. You can go back and read some of the stories, and it wasn't just Atlanta. It was probably a lot of places, but back when Katrina happened after the storm and everybody was, seeking refuge, a lot of the people that left New Orleans moved to Atlanta, and I think like half moved to Atlanta and like half moved to Houston. And, oh, man, it was a lot of shit that came with that, man. I mean, a lot of shit, man. So I hope my man Wardy, man, is handling his business, man, and living the Southern life in Georgia and Augusta, man, and having a good time. Wody 504. Wody 504 says they put everything on us. We wasn't that bad. Yeah, maybe. Maybe they did just exaggerate a little bit to a large degree. But, yeah. Man, you can go back and read some of them stories, man. It was crazy. It was a crazy time when they first went after Hurricane Katrina. Thorny Switch, good call, Wody. That was the Saints are dealing with. Breeze got all the money, and the rest is meh. Oh, talking about the Saints and how the Saints. See, Saints, Thorny Switch and Wardy 504 clearly are Saints fans. And they're talking about how their team wasn't able to duplicate the success that they had the one year when they went to the Super Bowl and won it all. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com from Dobby. We had some come up to the Chicago area. From B. Jones, man, the folks terrorized Atlanta, Houston, Memphis, Birmingham, and everywhere else. And, man, you could tell a New Orleans cat after Katrina, man. And it wasn't I don't want to say it was just them, but that was during the era when the young boys was wearing the long white T-shirts that came all the way down to their damn ankles like a dress. Yeah. I don't want to sound like I'm stereotyping too much, but your typical New Orleans cat after Katrina was in Atlanta, was front full of gold teeth, dreadlocks. They were big into the dreadlocks, and a white tee that almost touched the ground. You can see him coming from a mile away. You can see him coming from a mile away. And, man, it seemed like every Friday night or Saturday night, man, them cats were shooting up somebody's club. They didn't give a fuck. And I kind of understand. I mean, you're displaced. You have to retreat from your hometown. The government doesn't take care of you like they're supposed to do. Make a bunch of excuses. So you feel like you don't got a lot to lose. So I understand the mentality, I guess, to a degree, man. But that was a crazy, crazy time, man. Pray for the Katrina victims. Shouts out to my man, Wardy. Hope you're doing well. Sound like you're doing well, brother. Crazy, crazy time. Yeah. Al, flip the switch Thompson. I hated that look with them long white tees. Oh, man. The white tees started out in a very innocent way. Like the white tees started out like right, maybe an inch below your belt. Before it was all over, the white tees were dragging the ground. They were dragging the ground. Kind of like that dude off of the Flintstone. Schlep Rock. Like they started out being like a big shirt and ended up being Schlep Rock shirts. Yeah, it was crazy, man. All right, when we get back from the break, a little entertainment talk, man. We still got a lot of football to talk about. Well, not a lot of football. We still got a football story or two to talk about, some NBA to get into, and my man at Gonzaga going to get that money. We'll get into that, all of that, and what we have left of the Doug Stewart Show. Back in 3 minutes. Don't go away.
Shit about real life right here, man. I know shit y'all nigga talking irrelevant, you did. Yeah. We can't see it in real life, nigga. We ain't taking that shit. Yeah. Try again, let's get it. Come on. Dropped off and then finish. Drip that real game, no scrimmage. Okay. I'ma need that sweat back with interest. Give me that back. Real life, no scrimmage. Real life, no scrimmage. Boss nigga from apprentice. Boss nigga. Pussy nigga, get some business. Pussy nigga, get some business. Real life, no scrimmage. Oh my God. Real life, no scrimmage. Real life, no scrimmage. Feeling like I'm running the building. Real life, no scrimmage. Real life, nigga. Real life, no scrimmage. That's how I feel. You fucking with me, fuck nigga, good risk. Fuck nigga, good risk. Real life, no scrimmage. Real life, nigga. Get out of here. My niggas jumping from the line of scrimmage. Ooh, about anything. Yeah.